Welcome to One Brooklyn, presented by Brooklyn Borough President Eric L. Adams. On this edition of One Brooklyn, Brooklyn Borough President Adams and dozens of Brooklyn seniors donate more than 200 blankets and other items as part of Crochet for a Cause. Take items like scarves, blankets, hats, and more for dialysis centers across the borough. These seniors not only love taking part, they also love to crochet for a cause.
Well, we started last April.
How many pieces do you think you made?
I think I made about 8. Yeah, I made 8 pieces. Yeah, I'm addicted to crochet. Yes, I'm addicted.
So you take part next year?
Oh, definitely. Are you kidding? I will take part, and I'm going to continue because I love doing this. Yes, I love doing this. Yeah.
Yes, it's a hobby, but it's an extended hobby. It's part of my life. I've been crocheting for many, many years. I crochet 5 hours plus a day, and that was even before I retired. So I'm a well-seasoned crocheter. I was one of the originals, so this is my 3rd year.
How many pieces have you made, you think?
Oh, I would say I've made about 25 or 30.
So do you feel good this morning? You should. Great. This is fantastic. So I feel like I won't sing it for you, but I feel good. You know, it was a great song, James Brown, but I won't sing it. It's all right. All right. So on behalf of the Rogosin Institute, I'm Barry Smith. I cause all the trouble at the Institute. That's my position. And I want to welcome you all here today for this donation day press conference for Brooklyn Crochets for a Cause, this terrific thing you're all part of. Give yourself a hand, okay. And what the day is really all about, and a special welcome to Borough President Eric Adams and his interest and support. No more diabetes in Brooklyn, right? No more, okay. And we also have Rogosin Samuels from Kings County Diabetes Management Team. Let's welcome her as well. There she is. Okay. And you ought to be proud. This is the 3rd program you've done. Autism, organ donation, and now diabetes and kidney disease. And I hear a rumor it might be sickle's disease next. Is that right? Okay, good. All right. Now, does anybody know what today is? Right, World Diabetes Day, and the theme is women and diabetes. Very good. And diabetes affects 1 in 10 women during their lifetime, and today there are almost 200 million women living with diabetes around the world, not just in the United States. And there are more than 1,000 events taking place today in 100 countries around the world. So this is pretty special, what's happening here. But I think it's even more special than any of the other things, because what's happening here in Brooklyn is something very, very special. It's about better health, and it's about different groups. All of you, the borough president, everybody in Brooklyn working together to create better health. And I think it's really a movement of national significance, because I think that the example that you all are creating with these blankets and all that you do to help others prevent diabetes and then manage their diabetes, that is really special. And we need a cooperative, multi-sectoral drive to create better health, and you are all part of that. And there couldn't be anybody who's more important, because healthy people with a high quality of life and no more kidney disease, which is our goal as the Rogosin Institute, to achieve this, we all have to work together. And as a final comment, I want to talk just about what's the symbolism of what you've done here, because they're obviously beautiful, but there's something much more significant. If you look at the stitching, the interlocked stitching, the beautiful patterns, that's what we as people can create together to make life better for everybody in Brooklyn, and then everybody in New York City, and everybody in the United States. That's what we really really want to do. So these things you have created are symbols of that, and I hope you keep that in mind, because I think that is really what you've done, something far more than create a hat or a poncho or a blanket. You've created a symbol of what we need to do and how interdependent all of our lives are, because if you make things better in Brooklyn, you make my life better, you make everybody's life better. That's what we need to we need to do. And we can't settle for anything less than success in achieving better health for all our people. So that's the mission and commitment of the Rogosin Institute. Upstairs today, there's a class on diabetes that Health First is running. That's very important. We have Summit Health here today. It's all about all of us working together. Not only can we do it together, but we have to do it together. Now, it is my great pleasure and privilege to introduce the Borough President, Eric Adams, who stands for what you can do to create better health yourself and getting rid of diabetes so we don't have any more of it. That's what we need. And so, as I say, it is my great privilege and honor to introduce him to speak to you, because you and Brooklyn are what today is all about. It's what we at Rogosin are committed to, contributing what we can to make Brooklyn a better place. It's terrific already. I think it's the center of the universe, actually. All right. So, the Borough President.
I want to really thank Dr. Smith. I remember the first time I was here when he did the ribbon cutting. I told him a good indicator of the type of facility you're in is the first thing you do is go look at the bathrooms. If the bathrooms are clean, you're in a good place. And, you know, it's unfortunate when one must go through dialysis, but if you do, you want to come to a place where you're going to be treated with the dignity and respect that you deserve. And the Rogosin Institute is just amazing as you look at this facility and the professional staff and the team. And we just really want to thank them and continue to partner with them as we look at how to balance using the right diet and to prevent dialysis, but for those who have to go to dialysis, we want to make sure it's done in a very respectful fashion. Just a quick note, I want to thank Nurse Samuels, who's here, and what they're doing over at Kings County. Great stuff you're doing. We really appreciate the energy that you're bringing at Kings County. To Costa Headley, my team, Sonia Chapman, who oversees this program. Her and her team, Neil is here, Candace, I don't see Candace, but really for what they're doing. And you know, Crochet for a cause. Let me tell you something, you're a feisty group. You know, I keep tars and feather out of Borough Hall, because you a tar and feather somewhere in a moment, you know. But you bring your A game, and you're committed and you're dedicated. And you know, when we said we were going to do this here at Rogosin Institute, you know, you wanted to be here and be a part of that, and I thank you. And just two quick notes that I want to share with you, because we tend to sometimes, when we do great deeds, as I see the Lion Club is here, which is an amazing organization of volunteerism, but when we do great deeds, we think that sometimes they stay just in that moment of time. And you know, I often talk about when I was a young boy growing up in South Jamaica, Queens, we used to go to the small church, a small storefront church. You know, we used to call it the Cheers Church. Everyone knew your name, and everyone was glad you came. It wasn't like these big mega churches of today. And we would go during the day, then go home in the afternoon, and then come back at night. And between that time, we would go home, we would you eat your meal, and then you would head back to evening service. And you know, everyone in the church knew we didn't have anything for the most part to eat. Mama was trying to raise 6 children, and it was a very challenging and difficult moment. But we made the best we had. And she was creative in the scraps she was able to put together. And one night after the evening service, we had a car caravan of women who came to our house. And they pulled up in front of the house, this little small house we had in South Jamaica, Queens, and they started unloading groceries and carrying the groceries into the house. They said, we're going to do what we can for Dorothy and her children so that they can eat. And I was so excited that night. When we went to sleep, I was going to finally wake up and have some cornflakes with not watered down carnation milk, but real milk. And I went downstairs that evening to look at the food, and the boxes were open. We had half a box of cornflakes, half a jar of mayonnaise, half a box of spaghetti. Those women did not have money to buy us groceries. They went in their cupboards, and they gave us half of what they had. And I remember just sitting there, just the amazing of the human spirit. And that moment in time did not freeze that moment. It carried me through my entire life. And that was the energy I took when I became a cop and used to respond to people in need. It is the energy I have as the borough president, that it is everyday people who decided to give me half of what they had to allow me to move forward. And these blankets here, every knit you did, every crochet, every spool of yarn, is a moment that is going to be placed on someone to keep them warm as they go through the very challenging emotional and physical aspects of going through dialysis. But it's something that they can reflect on. And it will be handed off to another person, another person, and another person. So it's not a single moment in time. And their loved ones will come and see them, and they would see the blankets, and the stories will be associated, and that would be planted in their loved ones and their children and their grandchildren, and then they would talk about the energy of giving. And finally understand the real spirit of Thanksgiving has never been thanks receiving, it's Thanksgiving. There is nothing more healthy than when you give. There's something that heals you inside and makes you a better person. You are doing something amazing each time you come and you knit and you crochet and you create these blankets. And we cannot thank you enough, because it's on the micro level, those good deeds that people do every day and make sure that they continue to happen. That is the clear embodiment of the human spirit and what we are made of. We are not human beings with spiritual moments. We're spiritual beings with human moments. And you do that. And so I want to conclude with health, because that's all I talk about. And that's my favorite story. Gentleman was points away, and I don't understand the dialysis system, but I know he was, Dr. Smith, he was 2 points away from having to go to dialysis. And he reached out, and we told him about, the power of food and plant-based, and told him to embrace a plant-based diet, and he tried. And in 2 months, his numbers changed. His numbers changed from the 2-point to his kidney went to functional level. And I don't know the technical aspect of it, but the doctor that I'm working with, Dr. Danaev, explained it. His kidneys went to a functional level that moved him away from going to dialysis, and it continued to improve where he's no longer going to do dialysis. But that's not the real mechanism of the heart of the story. This patient was 90 years old. So I know there's some of you who believe that because you're in your 70s and your 80s, that all of a sudden your body has missed its opportunity. The window of reversal is in behind you. That is so not true. This body, this amazing gift from God, it doesn't matter where you are. Just go read the biblical text for those of you who are Christians, and you see that Man was living hundreds of years, and it's hard for us to conceive that. You believe everything in the Bible, from spreading seeds to God rising, but when it comes down to the longevity of your life, you all of a sudden want to skip over there. Adam lived into his hundreds. Seth, his child, lived into his hundreds. The body can heal if we would just get out of its way. Every time the body reaches to heal itself, we continue to harm it again. And it's not, the shit doesn't have to be that way. You're not diabetic because of your DNA. You're diabetic because of your dinner. It is not when you're born, it's your breakfast. It's not your lineage, it's your lunch. And if we would just see, it doesn't matter what year you are born, but if we just say to ourselves, I'm going to shed this belief that I am imprisoned by food and things that are toxic to me, I can reverse it and turn it around. If it could be done to a 90-year-old, it could be done to some of you children who are in this room, because you're only in your 60s and 70s. And I told Mother that. And Mother called me a week after I shared that story with her, and she said, baby, I'm tired of taking pills for my heart. I'm tired of the arthritis. I'm tired of the high blood pressure that I had for over 30 years. I'm tired of injecting myself with insulin. I want to make an attempt. I want to make an attempt to see if I can turn these health issues around. And if Mother can do it at 78, then you can do it also. You can do it. And by you doing it, the way goes Brooklyn goes New York. The way goes New York goes America. The way goes America goes the globe. Mothers, grandmothers, and aunties and uncles all over the globe will look at you and look at your story. And they will say there's possibilities for them. All that hope and lack of hope and the feeling that there's no chance for me will slowly erode because of the examples that you show in Brooklyn. And so I'm asking you to join me on this journey so that we can recover the lives of people and our families that are impacted and our caregivers that have to watch us slowly just move from the quality of life that we deserve. These are your golden years, not your bronze years. Enjoy the beauty of the gold and spend every penny of your child's inheritance. Say you're going to be around much longer than they think. And you can do it if you start realizing how we eat is how we treat ourselves. This is the gift that we were given. And let's continue to give that gift in a real way. All our partners, Health First, which is amazing what they do and how they continue to help. And to all of you, we cannot thank you enough on how we continue to provide basic services and basic quality of life to people. Crochet with a Cause has a cause. You lived up to that cause, and you have fulfilled the obligation of giving. Love, compassion, and giving is a gift that continues to give, and these families are going to appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Borough President Adams. Let's give him another round of applause. Yeah. So as you've heard, we've been crocheting together for 3 years now, and I think majority of you in the room started with us. We do have some newcomers, so we always welcome you and welcome you to come back year after year. So over the 3 years, you've donated for autism awareness, organ donation, a push for organ donations. And today, as you heard, it's diabetes and kidney disease awareness. So ladies, over the last 3 years, you have crocheted over 150 scarves and over 500 blankets. These blankets that you have created were made, we know, with loving arms, with loving hands and fingers, because you came to Borough Hall every day for this season, for the last 6 months, right? For the 6 months. And we know you're going to be back again next year, right? Are we, right? Yes. So I really want to thank you because of you that we're here today. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. And I want to thank again, as Borough President Adams said, Health First, our sponsor, Summit Home Health, and Save-A-Thon. They provided for this last class some extra yarn to get you going. So thanks to Save-A-Thon. Thanks again to Ms. Peters for providing us with this wonderful, beautiful banner. And I want to thank Zia Mora Morgan. Who is Zia Mora? Zia Mora came on the scene this year. This is her first year with us. And I really thank her for her gift of teaching, of her patience, of her... The love. I could see the love. And this year, you too, you have Neil, you had you have Mike in the room, and you have Sister Blossom that's hiding in the back that's always helpful, and Candace, who is not here with us. So I really, again, want to thank you guys, and I want to ask if Ms. Rogosin Samuels will come and say a few words on behalf of Kings County Diabetes Management Team.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rogosin Samuel. I'm a certified diabetes educator at Kings County, and along with me is another RN from Kings County. And we thank you for inviting us here. It's really a worthwhile cause to see all these beautiful blankets. But again, the holidays are coming, and we know diabetes is all about what we eat, how much we eat. And we always said at Kings County, there's no such thing as diabetes food. It's about portions, and it's about moderation. We can eat what we want, but we have to know how much of it we eat. We know there's 30.1 million people with diabetes. Of that, 21 million are walking around with diabetes that don't even know that they have it. So that's a lot of people. At Kings County, we try to get 86 million people that we know have pre-diabetes. Years ago, what was pre-diabetes? Borderline. And we know once you're on the border, do you go backwards? No, most people cross the border. So we are trying to get all the people that are on the border or close to the border so that they don't cross over the border. And we do that by, again, what we eat, how much we eat. We can eat the foods we like, but we gotta eat in moderation. We have some plates that Miss Thing is gonna give you to show you what a plate should actually look like, along with eating healthy. What is healthy eating? It's eating a variety of food in a well balance, right? That means carbohydrates, and that's what we love. We like to eat with our eyes. Does everybody's diet basically look like this? And we have to remember that African Americans are at the top of the list for being at risk for diabetes, and Hispanics. Usually when we eat, all of this is rice. Isn't it true? And then we put a little salad, just a little bit on the side. No, we want you to change your eating habits. Half your plate should be your non-starchy vegetables. All the greens you love, your cabbage, your cucumber, your kale, your broccoli, your spinach. A portion of it, a quarter of it should be those starches. The rice, the pasta, the bread, whatever it is that you like. And another small portion should be your protein. If it can fit in the palm of your hand, then that's the average size of your protein. And along with diet comes exercise. At Kings County, we don't tell anybody to go join a gym because we know it might be expensive. We don't tell you to go to Sears and buy a treadmill. What we tell you to do is walk, whatever little you can do at home. Even if it means putting on a little bit of music and just moving. We gotta start moving. And now we find that it's a family disease, right? we find now all the young people who are at home, not exercising, eating all the junk food, they are coming down with type 2 diabetes. So we have to start it at home with each and every person, right? That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Samuels. Today, one of our lovely blankets will be handed over to a dialysis patient. Like I said, this season, we crocheted over 230 blankets. And so this obviously is not all that's here. We have 18 centers. Rogosin is one of the centers that will be receiving your lovely craft. Today, I want to ask one of our crochet crafters to come up and hand over one of the lovely blankets to Mr. Joseph, who has been a patient here for 5 years. So which one of our ladies will come up today? Don't be shy. Come on, someone, come on. Here? Oh, come on. Oh, we need a person. She's coming. Mr. Joseph?
Yes. It's a great match.
Because without him, we wouldn't be here today as well at this place. So thank you, Mr. DeCosta. Our sponsor from Summit Home Healthcare, Michael Kleinman, Director of Marketing and Intake.
Excuse me. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. It's an honor for our company, Summit Home Healthcare, to be a sponsor, and I would like to thank the Brooklyn Borough President and the Brooklyn Borough Hall for allowing us to participate in this wonderful initiative. As we know, it's very important. Diabetes education and health is a very important part of keeping the population healthy. Unfortunately, there's a very high percentage of people out there with diabetes, especially among the elderly. So, we really take this very seriously, and we appreciate the fact that we had the opportunity to sponsor these beautiful crochets. Honestly, it's just gorgeous. I would love to take one at home with me. I think Brooklyn is not going to be known for bagels anymore, and just bagels. We'll be known for crochets as well. So I just want to thank you all again on behalf of our company, and we look forward to contributing to future initiatives from the Brooklyn Borough Hall. And again, thank you very much for everything.
Our other sponsor here today is Health First, and we have Philip Falahi, who is the manager at Health First.
Good morning, family. Good morning. I think we can all call ourselves families now, because truly we are families. We just want to, as Health First, we just want to say thank you for coming and for taking your health so seriously. I want to thank our Borough President. He has been doing this for years. So that's why we are happy to support him in what we're doing, and all the time he has been supporting us. We just want you to understand that we are not for profit organization, and we are here for our community. This is our community, and we're going to stay here, and we're going to be here. So there's not going to be a room for diabetes or asthma for anything as long as we're here. Right. So thank you so much. We're all going to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now we're going to do a group photo, and we'll get you situated.
She's a big one.
Wonderful.
Right here.